Right, that's a very perfect thing. I will go with that. Yes. Yes, with that we can make or break and debunk an idea. So, communication. Communication, as he said, is the signal, passing of signals. Signal is a very big word. It's just a speaker and a receiver, a listener with whom the thing passes on. So, when I took this communication style project, I was asked to fill certain forms. I was asked various questions, and Toastmasters classified 4 types of communication styles. The first, initiative. The second, supportive. The third, direct. And the fourth, analytical. So coming to the first. First is initiative. Who is the initiative speaker? Somebody who initiates. Like now we have our Toastmaster of the day, who is initiating the entire meeting. So the person needs to be energetic, fully prepared, on the go. Whoever is quiet, whoever is speaking, the person needs to be attentive and making everybody speak. That is the initiation. Coming to the second communication style, that is the supportive style. Now this is just the opposite of the previous one. Here, the person listens more than he speaks. Where do we see such communicators? Suppose we are all gone at some point of our lives to a doctor. What does he actually do? He gives us a very supportive environment. He or she, whoever it is, gives us a very supportive environment so that we can come out with our inside problems and all the dilemmas that we are going through, maybe physical, maybe mental. So that is the support. Even in any sphere of life, if you want to be a successful speaker, you need to be supportive, to reach out to the masses, to the audience, to the clientele that you are trying to reach out to. Coming to the third type of communication style, that is the direct style. Now direct is something which I would say most of us face from our principals or our bosses. Ideally, you need to bring profit for the company, you need to bring very good grades, you need to be first in class. Maybe our parents also sometimes give us that kind of pressure. Very direct kind of goal-oriented kind of communication. And the fourth, the last but not the least, the analytical styles. From my research, I found out most of the academic seminars that we go through are mostly analytical in nature. What do we see? Huge amount of data flowing. See, you have COVID. So, you see the first wave came in America in this time. So, a second wave came in Europe in some other time. So, if you do this combination in India, maybe we have some wave in some other time. So, you have sets of data and sets of analysis on some particular thing. Now, all these 4 communication styles have their positives and their negatives. And when I actually took the questionnaire from Toastmasters, I found out that my major style, which was abounding in my nature, was nothing other than the supportive style. Now, I was not really shocked, but taken aback for a moment because I never thought it that way. Coming to my professional dealings, I am a teacher by profession. I have to deal with young adults day in, day out, where they are not really kids, but they are adults. They are in college, they are in their college days. So, more than direct or analytical or any other form of communication, supportive is something which I think has been most helpful in my way with dealing with them. Because they are at one stage where they are not just motivated with their getting good grades or something, but they are at one stage of life where they need to think of the next stage, going further away in life. So that supportive atmosphere maybe helps me to reach out to majority of them. Well, I would like to share with you my experiences, some of my experiences as a teacher. Whenever I see a quiet student in class, the first day in class, or anybody, most of the students think that the teacher is supposed to be some sort of alien from other universe, which we are mostly not. We we are very much from this place and we have all gone through those stages to reach the place that we are today. The same nerves that they face, even I face now standing here as a student of Toastmasters, I would consider myself to be. So, when the most thing that I find helpful for him or her is to be a supportive communication, deal with a supportive way in his or her case, so that the person can come out with the best and could bring out the best, the problems that he or she is facing. Now, even for a student, maybe, that also it involves all the other styles. During exams, I need to be more direct with them. During maybe in classrooms, where I need to debunk their school learning days and to show the process of unlearning and relearning that process. There, I need all kinds of communication skills. So hereby, I end my speech today by saying, no one communication style can be called as most important or the best. It's to his or her own. But nevertheless, don't you think that all communication styles are worth exploring to the best of our ability and to the best of the time demands? Thank you. Over to you, Biswas.
Evaluating a teacher. Just see, the people who evaluate everyone are going to evaluate that person. And today, her topic was communication. And what I have seen and what I have read also, that most of the problems in the world and in our later stages of life can be resolved through proper communication if it's done in the right way. General evaluators, fellow Toastmasters and their guests, and Toastmaster Shreya in particular, what I loved, three things that I loved about your speech were, number one was that you had smooth transitions all throughout your speech. Now when I say transition, how did you do that? Is you, at the beginning of the speech, you told that there are 4 types of communication style. You explained the communication style, then told what is your communication style and move forward with a little bit of anecdote. That's how you, so the flow was very good because of the smooth transition. Second thing that I really liked about the speech was that you were very confident even when people were settling down. I remember when you were starting, I don't know what was happening, people were moving here, there, everywhere. In the middle of your speech, you stood firm, you knew that you are the right thing, you know what you are doing, and you were continuing because the timer was doing his job. So it was expected that you will do your job and you did it fairly well. So good luck, good job done there. The third thing that I really liked about your speech was that I have seen a lot of people not taking tests and just thinking, making up a communication style and coming here. You took the test, you knew what your style is, and you did the hard work and you've gone through that. Now to support you in your journey as a speaker, I have certain suggestions for you because that's what your style is, supportive. I'd like to be supportive here. The first thing is, now you talked about a lot of different communication styles, and half or more than half of the speech I can Google it up. I wanted to know more of your personal story, more of your, you being a teacher, and maybe there's a classroom, you can make someone else a student and make a story out of it, right here. Second thing that I would say is have characters. You were saying in passive voice, it could have been active voice, active conversation. Maybe some characterization like this and that, or maybe between you and Amlan, you were sitting right here. Maybe a situation you could have told that you just have to say these things in the starting of the meeting, and like he could have been your prop, a live prop that you could have used. The third thing that you could have used was that if, again, this is related to that story, I feel that the conclusion was not really strong. The conclusion could have been stronger if you could have pointed out how we can be supportive and it can change someone's life. That life-changing aspect, that impact which is there written in the purpose, I think that was missing. All in all, it was a wonderful speech with great transition, a great confidence, you let people settle down. if you can just introduce some characterization, some storytelling live, and some props, and concluding the stage better, your speech would be perfect.